Is this thing on or... Oh, I guess it is. 本日も自粛なり. Okay. Hello everyone, hajimemashite. Welcome to my very first YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be varnishing this oil painting that I finished a couple months ago. I'm going to warn you, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I've never finished an oil painting before. I've only been painting a few months. This is my fourth piece that I've ever painted in oil, and it turned out kind of nice, so I figured I would varnish it and call it done. So let's get at it. But before that, a little bit about the painting itself. It's 30 by 45 centimeters on medium density fiberboard, MDF. You probably can't see that very well. That I just had cut up at the local shop. The subject is a lake called North Lake. Somewhere near, I want to say Bishop, California, if I remember correctly. It's actually a macOS default wallpaper. I want to say OS 10.13, somewhere around there. So look it up. See, actually no, here's the photo if I figured out how to use the editing software to put it up. Lastly, just want to shout out to guys like Michael James Smith, Chuck Black, and Andrew Tischler. Those are all amazing artists, great guys that are putting up free content, amazing painting content on YouTube, which essentially allowed me to just watch YouTube whenever I feel like and pick up skills and learn to paint this in a matter of months. So huge shout out, thank you guys. I will post the link in the description. God, I never thought I'd say that. So check them out as well. Alright, so I don't have a dedicated studio. I'm just in a Tokyo apartment. So before I get varnishing, I probably need to clean the painting a bit. Because I do cook in here and I know there's all sorts of oils and dust and stuff that get suspended in the air. So I'm going to take a clean, relatively large, dry brush. And first thing I'll do is just dust this thing off over the sink. Don't really want to rub too hard, although it has been sitting and drying for so long that I don't think I'm going to risk any damage or anything like that. Good enough. So there it is after I've knocked off some of that loose dust. Not perfect. I can see some dust and some fibers in there, but those are pretty much, I think, stuck in the oil. It'll be too tough to get them out now. I think I wasn't careful enough while I was painting, but who cares really. So I did have this painting kind of sitting away from everything as much as possible to let it dry in the dark, but I didn't really cover it or take any extra precaution while cooking or anything like that. So I should really probably clean more thoroughly, like with ammonia or whatever. But I can't be bothered. So let's just get right into the varnish. Okay, well, I mentioned that I don't have a dedicated studio, but I do have a ping pong table, so it works. Alright, so here's the varnish that I'll actually be using. It's Winsor & Newton Gloss and Matte. I didn't realize that there was a sort of in-between product. So I'm just gonna have to mix my own, and I saw somebody doing this as well, but it's in a way good because you can mix it to your own liking. So make sure you have your Asahi with you. Move that to the side so that I don't ruin it. This here is basically super ghetto, but really my only option. It's a pot with a glass. It's pretty hot. With a glass bowl in it. And there's like near boiling water between the pot. This isn't a very good angle. I'm going to use this measuring cup thingy that came with a coffee maker or something, and basically measure out maybe 2 gloss to 3 matte or something like that, because I've heard that this, again, first time, no experience, but I heard that this gloss varnish is really glossy and can be really glary when it's on your piece. So I think I want something kind of in the middle, maybe a little bit on the matte side. I think that'll work well with something like this. So here we go. Let me first get some gloss varnish in there. God, I think I'm gonna make a mess. Holy shit, that doesn't smell very nice. So maybe measure out pretty full on the cup here. Dump that in. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have gone a full. Oh well. Holy shit, that stinks. Close that thing up. Okay, I was worried about the noise, but I'm just gonna crack a window because I don't want to die. And I better turn the fan on too. I hope this isn't too loud. That fan's kind of annoying, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, let me just agitate the matte one, because if you look, the matte varnish looks to be just the clear stuff with some, I don't know, matting agent in it. And it seems to all be at the bottom, so without shaking it too aggressively, I'll just agitate it. Let that stuff get pretty even. It looks kind of like God, what a pain in the ass. Again, I don't recommend you do it this way. It's just I didn't know that there was a sort of in-betweener varnish product. And I kind of wanted to stick with this Winsor & Newton because everything I had been using was Winsor & Newton. I don't think it matters really. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but that's just me. I'll show you real quick. Focus, focus, focus. Looks pretty uniform all around, don't it? やっちゃいましょう。くせえなこれ。Okay, so I went a full cup on the other stuff. I've got to go at least a full cup on this matty stuff. So I'll just throw that in there. And maybe just a little more. You definitely want to have some rags and paper towels ready, just in case you f this up. I should probably be wearing gloves. I don't know how bad this stuff is for you. By the way, I never wear gloves or anything like that when I'm painting. I know people say like this shit's toxic or whatever. I will say a lot of the stuff smells pretty bad. I don't use turpentine or whatever it's called. I do use white mineral spirits, artist white spirits or whatever. And that shit basically smells like gasoline. So make sure you're working in a well ventilated place. Let me just mix this up. What a pain in the ass this is. It seems to be mixing up really nicely. I'll just show you real quick. Man, I didn't really think this through. The super ghetto, you can't see that at all. Okay, now that that's mixed up pretty well, let me get the other camera going. Alright, the B-roll is on a Nikon 5600 that I bought a couple years ago. Never really shot video on it much before. Hopefully this works for the close-up. God, this shit stinks. I think I'm going to dab off a lot of the excess here from the brush. I don't think I need too much of it. Okay, I think I'm just going to start from up here and then work my way down. Nantonaku ne. Oh shit. Well, that's not good. There seems to be a lot of hairs and stuff. And I don't think I'm supposed to be working across areas that I've already worked too much. I'm not sure, but it's too late now, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm trying to use the light here above me to see where it's even and where it's not. Probably not the most ideal working environment here. I should have probably thought this through a bit more. The colors are definitely starting to pop out again though. I mean, a lot of the colors seem to look like they were kind of sunken in, and those are coming right back to life here. So not only to protect the painting, it's bringing these colors back to life. I think I like that. Wow, so uneven. I'm terrible at this. After all those hours working on this too. Can't really see what I'm doing either. Maybe I should have put a really bright light up here or something. Well, the colors definitely look a lot better. Looks a lot more vibrant than before. And the water almost looks like it's wet again. So, you know what I mean? Like it's got that glossy effect. So I really like that. I don't know. I've never done this before, so I don't know if there's supposed to be more varnish on it or less, or if I should pass over it again. Leave a comment, please. Let me know. But you know, this is all just for fun, and you learn as you go. So there's a lot of dust and crap in the sky, but otherwise, I really like that sheen. The colors are back to life. Obviously, you gotta let this dry. I don't know if the final dry state of this is gonna look sort of a in-between matte version of this or what, but I'm kind of excited. But all in all, I've just done a pretty shitty job at glossing this or varnishing this. I'm a bit bummed because I did put a lot of work into this, probably like, I don't know, probably like 70, 80 hours. I don't even know really. days, weeks, months of just going over it. Guys, get yourself a quality studio, or at least think it through a little better. Or get tips, or get somebody to teach you properly. I mean, it's not bad. Once it's dry, I'll post another video or something perhaps, but let's just call this a learning experience. All right, we're rolling. Okay, so I let the varnish painting sit overnight, and here it is. I definitely like how the colors have been revitalized, especially in the water. I think that looks pretty good. And of course, you've now got an overall uniform sheen across the entirety of the painting, which is kind of nice. But again, I did an overall shoddy job at this, so there's a lot of dust and particles in the sky, which is unfortunate, but you know, this was my first attempt. You learn as you go. I probably should have practiced on some other painting that I didn't care about or something like that, but I just don't have any, so it's okay. I'm still pretty pleased with the painting. Just keep in mind it's best viewed from at least 30 feet away. So I'll just maybe get it framed and put it up somewhere where you can't just walk up to it and get really close, I suppose. Let me know what you think. This video probably ended up being a lot longer than it had to. After this, I'll be doing some voiceover and shooting a little bit of a Japanese version. So if you're a weirdo and you care to hear this gibberish in Japanese, go ahead and click the next video. So this is usually the spot where I ask you to like the video. YouTubers be like, go ahead and smash that like button, but I'm not gonna do all that. If you liked it, great. If you didn't. So yeah, if I honestly don't care. In fact, don't like the video, don't hit like. But I do recommend you subscribe, especially if you want more, if you want to be notified when more of these useless videos that will mean nothing to your life are released. So stay tuned.